And herein lies the problem. We see people who quit their jobs because my job has got no meaning, no purpose. And I want to set up something.
Maybe because you need to learn.
And they quit their job to take something that's more meaningful, and then that doesn't pay the bill.
Well, I think you're being very binary. It's a black or white situation. We need to find. Oftentimes purpose-filled roles are not well-paying.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying, which I kind of sort of agree because
like career
evidence.
Coaching.
Well, career coaching truthfully does not pay very well.
Doesn't pay the bills.
It doesn't pay very well. Welcome everyone to another episode of the Career Success Show with Adrian and Yen.
Together, we are Career Agility International, and we are here today, as always, to help you with your career.
And what's our topic for the day?
Today, we're going to talk about something that a client straight on confronted me last week, and he was telling confronted me.
Did he have his fists up?
Yeah, he was telling because he was saying that I'm very frustrated because I'm being told that the work that I do is important, but I don't see any meaning in it. I don't see the purpose in it.
What was he very emotional?
Yeah, this guy.
Did he just receive bad news?
No, just this guy. Something triggered him probably, but he's in his 40s, okay, and he is a finance manager.
Okay.
So boring job, I must admit. The FP&A.
Stop judging.
But I'm as the marketing guy, so obviously
you die in that role.
Yeah, I know. I'll die in that role.
Okay, so he was upset because his role was repetitive.
And I was telling him, I said, look, okay, let's take one step at a time. But he insisted, no, I want to quit this job because I don't see a purpose. There's no purpose in it. There's no purpose in my life. When it comes. So
maybe there's some truth in there.
Yeah, so it opened up a whole can of worms for him, and we had to spend a lot of time talking about the meaning of life.
Or the purpose of his life, yes, or his existence.
Correct. And it was a whole huge topic, which I thought might be interesting today to share with you, our viewers, listeners. Let me ask you a question. Do you have a purpose in your job? Do you find meaning in the work that you do? Does your job provide you with that soul-fulfilling meaning?
Or if you don't, how many of you repeat to yourself, say to yourself that there is, so that you have a reason to get out of bed in the morning?
You see,
sometimes you have to repeat a mantra in the morning.
Yeah.
Do your affirmations.
The big challenge for me is that what I'm seeing in the market, being a career strategist for so many years, is that people believe the myth of the purpose of my job, purpose of my career.
So again, we've got our notes here, and you've written 76% of executives confess that they found their careers had no purpose at some time in their career. Where did you get these stats from?
So this was part of the survey which we did as part of our Coach Carol.
That's right.
And many of them, almost 3 out of 4, said that there's no purpose in the work that I'm doing.
Because they are part of a larger picture and they're just a cog on the wheel.
Yeah, so they're just turning up for work and doing it. And therefore, they're not feeling... And the most operative word there is they're not feeling fulfilled.
Right.
And
do you think it's because of they're not being paid enough? Do you think because they've got to handle a lot of ridiculous
I think because they have been
useless meetings?
No, I think it's because they have been fed a dream, a lie, that the work that you do has to bring purpose in your life. And I think, you see, as we were discussing earlier, I don't think you need a purpose.
I think you need
in your
a purpose.
In your job.
I think you need a purpose in your life.
Yeah.
And a job is sometimes it's a vehicle.
It's a subset.
It's a vehicle to achieve that larger purpose. Mm-hmm. Because we all have to eat.
Okay.
Why do you need a job?
Need the money. Yeah, we need the money. Yes.
Why do I need a job? Because I need to eat. Yeah. So there must be some income coming from somewhere, unless of course you have inherited all of your wealth, which is a great thing. But even then, there must be some reason for you to get out of bed in the morning. And for most of us, we have a higher a higher reason to get out of bed.
So what's your reason for getting out of bed?
Because I've got to see my kids off to their day, and I get out a bit early and get everything ready for them so that I can say goodbye to them and wish them a very good day.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
You know why I get out of bed?
Because you have to walk your dog.
Yeah, my stupid dog barks and barks and barks, and if I don't, so ultimately,
so your dog is your purpose.
It's not my
your
purpose.
Dog's happiness is your purpose.
It's the nuisance which I got to put aside. That piece before I get on to the rest of my day, which is my purpose.
So we're saying that you're arguing that you don't necessarily need a purpose at work.
At work.
I'm saying that if there's nothing worth doing, then why are you doing it?
Because it pays the bills lah.
Then you can do it until you decide to stop, because then you get another job that would be more interesting to you.
So that's
with
the problem,
a
you
bigger
see.
purpose.
And herein lies the problem. We see people who quit their jobs because my job has got no meaning, no purpose. And I want to set up something.
Maybe because you need to learn. And as human beings, we do grow.
And they quit their job to take something that's more meaningful, and then that doesn't pay the bill.
Well, I think you're being very binary. It's a black or white situation. We need to find. Oftentimes, purpose-filled roles are not well paying.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying, which
Yeah.
I kind of sort of agree, because
like career
evidence.
coaching.
Well, career coaching truthfully does not pay very well.
Doesn't pay the bills.
It doesn't pay very well.
Okay.
But hang on. So, but we're saying that it's a job. I'm saying that as human beings we grow, and sometimes we do outgrow our jobs. So the purpose is to learn. For a younger individual, the purpose is to learn and get experience. So then you would do that job until you've reached the limit, because you've already met your goals.
That's
and
true.
then it's time for you to grow again. Then you got to find the next peg in that purpose,
Yeah.
right, to grow some more.
So I like what you just said, because the purpose may not be in the work that you do, but the purpose could be that you're learning for the next phase.
Yes.
Right? So it's a meta purpose rather than just a purpose. Why am I filling up forms
larger
here?
purpose,
Why am I filling up forms? Why am I doing the FP&A every
Yeah.
month, closing and everything, right?
Why am I helping my company save money?
Yeah, correct. But
Why
you're
am I-
learning, you're picking
yeah.
up skills along the way. That's your
Correct.
purpose.
Yes.
And I think that's a good one. And I think at different stages in your career, when you're older, the purpose could be, I want to train and teach
Yeah.
the juniors, the next generation.
Next generation.
Yeah, possible. So that could be a meta purpose. Whoa, that was so
or-
deep and profound.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like as human beings, we cannot be untethered. When there's no purpose, or there's no reason, or there's no responsibility or no obligation, then we're kind of untethered and bored.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you might end up, in life of crime.
So-
just to sorry,
And then
I'm watching all this crime drama,
Yeah,
right? All
and
this
then-
okay, so the recent one I watched, again, is a story about some rich kid who was a part of a gang. They're all rich, and they just dared each other to rob each other's houses until someone accidentally died. So then it became a whole
what
thing.
show
So
is
like, I can't remember.
Okay.
Seriously, I know the actors.
Korean drama or what?
No. It's one of those police and thieves type show.
If you know what that show is, just put it down in the comments below.
No,
Okay,
there are
but-
lots of those.
Okay, but what's the biggest misconception when it comes to people saying about their purpose?
I feel like they need it defined in some kind of value statement. And then I feel like they're very binary about it. It's off or on. And like you cannot have subsets and tangents. Come on, life is not so binary.
Actually, you're true. No, you're right.
I'm always right.
Yeah, that's why you're misright, right? It's almost like when you're playing a fantasy game, it's not the main quest, but there are a lot of side quests along the way.
That
Those
makes
side
it fun.
quests,
It's a
makes
journey.
it fun. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. I mean, we can be very, myopic about meeting your purpose, and that's great if you know what it is. Maybe you want to save the whales. Maybe you want to like fight climate change. And
Maybe
that's
you're going to
great.
be a annoying little person like Greta Thunberg.
She's okay. I mean, I have zero. I have apathy.
How dare you say that? Okay, you're better. Anyway.
I have a complete apathy. I don't think she features a lot for my mind space.
I know.
have
She's
not much
there for
mind
comic
space
relief
left.
for me because she's so funny. But I agree with you. I think there could be tangents. There'll be periods of life where you don't have a purpose, and that's fine.
And I think we can have multiple purposes, because we have multiple interests.
And sometimes people mistake their calling.
Yes,
for
again, if you have a...
what do you mean by that?
yeah.
Because you said that earlier.
I said that earlier. Like a calling can be, it's a very big one. Like, you have a calling to go and lead the sheep in your flock. If you go
Be a
into
pastor or something.
religion,
Start a cult.
that's
Start a cult.
that's
Yeah,
a
that's a
calling.
calling.
I mean, that requires sacrifice. And maybe there's something else. I don't know. I can't think of anything else that's a calling.
Some people, like your daughter, medicine is a calling. So
I don't know about that. I don't know.
Since
I
she
don't
was
know.
young, she wanted to be. So maybe that could be a calling.
Yeah, I mean, it could be.
Because a lot of times in some professions, they can't perform
it's-
or succeed unless it's already a calling. Because it's just so like nurses.
It's a calling.
It's a calling, not a
for
job. for sure, right? And those who stick around
Yeah.
long enough is the calling lah.
Yeah.
Those who
yeah.
fall off obviously wasn't their calling.
Teaching. I think teaching's a calling.
Ah, that's true.
Yeah.
So the calling could be your purpose, but the purpose need not be your
But
calling.
a calling can also change. And I know many
that's
people
true.
who have exited theology or they've exited nursing into some other thing.
To a life of crime.
And we know a lot of medical professionals who then joined the pharmaceutical
Yeah, that's right.
commercial side
Yeah,
of
that's true,
things.
that's
You know,
true.
they're no longer practicing physicians.
Yeah, that's true.
So again, we're not here to debate what is and what is not. I just want to say that I think we are allowed to change our minds. We are allowed to have multiple interests. We are allowed to have multiple purposes. I think it's easier for us when we have more clarity around what that purpose is or
Yeah.
purposes.
And I personally don't think that you need to have a purpose in the job that you do. Sometimes the purpose is just to pay the bills.
You need a purpose, and then the job is a vehicle.
Yeah, so your life purpose, could be for your kids.
I think the life purpose is a
Yeah,
big one.
The big purpose, yeah.
Yeah.
Your life purpose. And if your life doesn't have purpose, I agree with you, then you don't wake up.
There's no reason to get out of bed.
Yeah.
Then what do we do? We just
Yeah.
curl up and die.
Yeah. But sometimes, as I said, there are episodes and seasons in your life where you may not have a purpose. Like, for instance, when the kids are all grown up and left empty nest, just for that period of time while you're adapting to that
I
change,
see
no
it-
purpose, so just
I see it in
find
young
another
people.
purpose.
I see young people when there's suddenly no school,
Yeah, I
and
know
then they
you
go
mean.
like, "What do I do with my time?" And they're like happy for all of
which
a
is
week.
which is so funny because when I was I studied so hard for my Sec 4 O levels.
Yeah.
And I remember the last final day, we all went out, we celebrated.
Suddenly you
the
had
next morning I woke up like,
Suddenly you had a feeling of emptiness.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same emotion that a lot of our clients face when they suddenly get a retrenchment or
true.
when they suddenly exit a company.
or
and
they
realize that-
retire.
or they
Literally
literally
retire. Yeah, they get that.
and they
that
feel like,
gold watch
okay,
and they
great,
retire.
what do I do in my life?
Yeah.
So if you need clarity on that, come talk to Adrian.
Yeah, how comes? Talk to me.
So
Yes.
My skill is in Tai Chiing.
Yes, that's a superpower. But in the event that you really want to find purpose in the job that you do, or find meaning in the job that you do, because you feel that your job is so sucking and meaningless, what can a person do?
I think you need clarity. And once you have clarity, then you know why. You need to know your why. So read the Simon Sinek book. You need to know your why. And you're going to be okay.
And I also think of the outcomes which you bring to the table. If you are, I've been watching Jimmy Carr a lot lately.
I find his laugh so annoying. I cannot.
Yeah, he laughs
I
like that.
cannot.
Okay, but besides his laughter, okay,
He's very, very smart.
he's very wise. Okay,
He's very, very wise.
So he said something about someone asking about purpose. He said, "Do you think my purpose is to stand here and tell you jokes? No, my purpose is to bring joy."
Oh, nice.
He said that. He's very wise. I love him. He's really good. So in other words, it's the same thing which I've spoken to the Kiss 92 FM DJs before. I said, your purpose is not just to stand here and crack jokes and to spin the music and everything. Your purpose is to make people on the way to work, which could be potentially a cruddy, depressing day ahead,
Yeah.
to cheer them up. So sometimes it's not just about the work that you do, but the outcomes. What is the bigger outcome? If you're a nurse, your outcome is not to wipe people's butts, okay, or all the other unpleasant stuff. It's to make sure that your patients who are suffering suffer less, have a better experience,
Or as comfortable as
as
possible.
comfortable as possible. You see, so whatever job you do, try and look for that
Meaning.
outcome, the meaning in it. Yeah. So don't find a job with meaning. Find meaning in the work that you do.
Yeah.
Wow, so wise. I actually said
So-
that. Can I patent
No,
it? Yeah,
you
I'm going to patent
copied it from someone.
Shh, ChatGPT. Shh, shh. Okay, but anyway, time's up. If you really are struggling to find meaning in the work that you do or purpose,
Please reach out.
come talk to us. We will be able to give you a different perspective. Unless the job is totally soul-sucking and meaningless, then it's time to look for another role. Come talk to us as well. In the meantime, keep coming and career on.